and joining me is his partner, Richard Tice, the chairman of the Brexit Party. Thank you very much indeed for being with us, Mr. Tice.
Good morning,
what's the point of Reform UK? What's the point of Reform UK?
So we're rebranding the Brexit Party. We've applied to the Electoral Commission to be renamed Reform UK because we believe that voters want a choice about the many areas of public life that need reforming so that government works for the people, not for itself. And the most critical, urgent issue, of course, is reforming the approach to this terrible virus. Because what is absolutely clear is that the government's tried a lockdown, other countries have tried lockdowns, and what we're seeing is that actually they don't work. All they do is push the virus back. And what we're clearly seeing is that countries who have a different approach, such as Sweden, such as Japan, are actually being more successful. And let's remember, of course, it was the government's own advisors initially, Patrick Vallance and co., who recognised that herd immunity ultimately would be the only way that you could end up dealing with this issue.
Well, let's look at a few of these. I mean, I'm not a scientist. You're not a scientist, are you?
And nor's your previous commentator, Damien Hines.
No, exactly, and he didn't bill himself as such, but you're the one who's saying lockdowns don't work. I mean, the first thing one would say is tell that to the Chinese, tell that to the North Koreans, tell that to the Singaporeans, all of whom have used it.
Well, the reality is, look more locally at Sweden. Sweden are not using a lockdown. Right. It's working rather, and their situation is working rather well.
Okay, all right.
That is the main evidence, Adam. And then let's take Sweden. Let's
take Sweden.
Who recommend the great?
No, hang on. You're mentioning Sweden. First of all, Mr. Tegnell, who is their main scientific advisor, has said he doesn't believe in herd immunity and doesn't think it's a solution. Secondly, the welfare state in Sweden operates that if people stop work, they effectively don't lose any money if they self-isolate for the period that they're required. So are you also supporting... well, hang on. It's to make a lockdown effective. Are you also supporting the idea of increasing the welfare state so people can afford to take restrictions when they need to, which they are doing in Sweden?
Exactly, because there is a process where people are
able
to
not exactly.
do that.
Are you supporting the expansion of the welfare state to that extent?
I'm answering it. You've asked me a question, and I'm answering it,
you have cited Sweden. I'm just saying you're talking nonsense, easily saying, oh, Sweden's the example. It isn't if you go into the detail of what they've done in Sweden.
I'm sorry, Adam, you are talking nonsense. It's absolutely the answer.
They don't have, they do not have similar circumstances to that we have in this country.
We can perfectly easily...
Sorry, in your country.
This government could easily increase the amount of payments when people are required to self-isolate. Because they haven't done that, then it's been very difficult for people to self-isolate.
So that's a policy. You're supporting that, right?
If you look at Sweden now...
Are you supporting that policy? Are you supporting that policy?
I absolutely support that policy. That is basic common sense and common decency. If you ask people to stay at home, you've got to be able to look after them. But the reality is, Sweden is an example where they haven't gone into lockdown, and yes, they've made mistakes. Everybody's made mistakes. No one's saying this is easy. It is difficult. But the scientists, the experts who recommend the Great Barrington Declaration, they recommend focused protection on the elderly and the vulnerable. Hear me out, because this is the other way. This is the better way, which is the Great Barrington way. Right. Recommended by scientists.
We know about the Great Barrington. We know about the Great Barrington.
But you seem rather reluctant to let people discuss it.
My point is, you and Nigel Farage and indeed Donald Trump here are saying this is easy, it'll just go away. And the objective evidence is that the infection rates...
It's very simple.
No, I did hear what you say. But
I said it's not easy.
It's easy to say it's not easy, but actually I've got an easy solution. That's what Donald Trump's doing. But anyway, let's go further. Is this a proper political party? Are you going to disclose your finances in the way that you didn't with the Brexit Party at the time of the election?
Honestly, that is frankly libelous, Adam. We're a proper political party. We make all our returns to the Electoral Commission, it's frankly scandalous for you to suggest otherwise.
Okay, well, can you
comment? Let's focus on
the reality. Can I just ask you a simple question? With the Brexit Party, with the Brexit Party, how much money did you raise, and how much of that money ultimately went to Nigel Farage and yourself?
Zero went to us, and we've made
Nigel Farage didn't take any money from the donations that were given to the Brexit Party.
I'm delighted to confirm neither of us have had any remuneration whatsoever. What we are focused on is the crisis.
Right, and you can publish the accounts in full so we can see that, can you?
Look, the accounts are with the Electoral Commission, as is the norm with any political party. You know that. The suggestion you're making is frankly defamatory and libelous, and you should be ashamed of yourself. The reality is we've got a public health crisis. We've got a public health crisis. We are putting forward a credible recommendation that people look at the Great Barrington Way, which is the better way. It
well,
is
all right,
another way
but the point,
of dealing with this crisis.
Yeah, but Mr. Tice, the point is basically you're saying the same thing as Donald Trump, and it's not gone great here with health in America.
Honestly, Adam, you really do need to focus on what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, listen
I've read
to the
your
experts
declaration.
from Oxford,
I'm following the
Harvard.
situation here.
That is the Great Barrington Way. That's what we're focusing on. There is a much better way to deal with this crisis. It's the Great Barrington Way.
Thank you very much indeed, Richard Tice.
That's what we should focus on.
Great to join us. Okay, we'll look forward to that.